So here I am, 8 years of trading, 8 years of trials, of failure, of also success, and following different strategy, different teachers, different gurus. I got scammed also, like everyone. And here I am, 8 years after, being and having one conclusion: the best way to be profitable is to be simple. So I've been working hard, because now I am pretty good in trading. I'm very happy with my level, to establish something that is less stress for me, because I am a dad, I have kids, I'm also having a business, I have different things to do. I can't spend too much time on charts. I was scalping before on the 5 minutes, for example, and it was too much waste of time, because my emotions, my stress were always challenged, when actually I discovered the magic of a 1 hour time frame, where I only need this for my bias. I can just unzoom and I have a daily, even a long-term view of the charts, and I can take my trades on it. With time, I decided also to less look for high risk reward, because the truth is, for you to get them, it's much harder than if you would act in smaller risk reward. It's a good trader of a good friend of mine who taught me this, who said you have to stop to look for a big risk and reward, but instead looking for a consistent and many times smaller risk reward. So I'm looking for in between 1 to 1, 1 to 25, 1 to 50, 1 to 2, etc. My average is around 1 to 2. So what is it? So I called it the Baguette strategy. The Baguette is because I'm French and I wanted to have a reference of France. That's simply as that. And I will explain you how I'm trading now. So my first rule is to use only the 1 hour time frame. I don't use anything else. I don't care about the rest. My bias is completely on the 1 year time frame. And I will explain you very quickly what I'm looking at price. I have a lot of pairs. I just added the crypto because it also works, but I'm usually a Forex trader. I will spend most of the time between, let's say, 30 seconds to 5 minutes in a chart. Not more. I don't need more, because I know exactly what I'm looking for. I put an alert and I am good. I will show you first what I'm using as tools, and then we can go directly on the strategy. I use first an indicator of Trader's Reality. I think he's a trader on crypto, but it doesn't matter. I just use his indicator for the sessions. I don't use it for anything. I don't need EMAs. I don't need any of that shit. For me, it's confusion. It's a bit rubbish. I respect people using it, but I'm talking purely personal. For me, it's too much noise on my charts. So I take off everything. As you can see, everything is taking off, and I keep the market session, and I keep basically London, New York, and Tokyo. That's all I need, because my strategy that I'll show you on Forex usually happen on the London session, and for crypto, funny enough, happens more in the New York session. I like to see Tokyo, I like to see what Asia is doing, and I also take off all the bar colors. This should not show if you ticked off everything. Another thing, if you right click on the background of your chart, I go on settings, appearance, and I put the session breaks. It allows me to look at days through the 1 hour chart. So like this, I have an idea of price action. I also put my own time zone. I know that you have some gurus which I won't note that says you need to be in a certain time zone for the algorithm and all, but it really doesn't matter for the strategy compared to this kind of precision traders. Me, I'm free of all that. I just care of one setup which makes me profitable and in a consistent way. So the rest, why would I put my effort into it? The other tool we will use, and this is my main tool of this strategy, is the Fibonacci tool. I will let you the settings just here. It's a very simple fib. As you can see, this is my stop loss area. So my normal stop loss, 70% of the time, will be here. My second type of stop loss, I call it the moderate yet avid stop loss, is in this middle line. Usually I will use it when a price is going up. For example, I will trace my fib from a high to a low. If my high gets reversed completely by another candle down, this, my stop loss will be here. The risk reward is much better. And this, I call it the greedy line, if the greedy stop loss. If you feel that one day your price won't go there, you could put it there. So far, I put it very few times here. It's usually here or here. This is my entry zone. So I don't enter in just one special line. I enter in a zone. I wait when price goes down, for example, from here, because my fib, you always trace it from left to the right. So this is traced for a short. I will wait price to go back on my golden zone. So when I trace my fib as it's on the 1 hour, price takes a bit time to come back. I usually put an alert between the green line and the yellow line until my alert is popping up. So for example, in my Discord, the alert will come to all my members. Like this, they know it goes in the golden zone. It is just a golden zone, nothing crazy. Some people call it overway, but the reality of it is a golden zone. I will wait for price to enter at this zone, and the nice thing with the 1 hour is that you don't have to stress, you still have time to prepare your MT4 or any broker you have with a stop loss, with the entry and anything, and still be on the game. You can also look with the reaction of a candle, if it push through, if it rejects, so you have time. You have time to react, to apply and be fine, be really fine. If price rejects here, I will enter because I see price go and I could enter around here. My zone of entry is basically between the orange line to the green line. That's my entry zone. My green line is basically an equilibrium. It's a 0.5. So it's the half, okay, of the zone from the 0 to the 1. This is my target. This is the normal target. And I'm usually getting this. But now with my backtest that I'm doing and I'm sharing on my Discord, I can see that many times price goes at this red line. But I call it the greedy line because my strategy is to be consistent with it. So I'm looking like a robot every time for the same type of pattern. And I like to have my target here. But sometime, or if you want to split your trade, for example, you risk 1%, you want to split it in two, one could get this target here and the other one in the red line. So this is how I use my fib. So now how am I looking at price to get my entries? I will show you. One thing you need to understand, this is the technical analysis, and you might criticize the fact that it's too simple. Oh, it can't be it. Well, with everything I learned, the truth is that it can be that simple to make money. So I will look at price going up, and price tends to go like this, right? So either it goes up or I will look at price going down. Okay. I will look at another situation. It's when price reverse. So price will go up. Okay. And then I will look at price being broken and go back here. I love those. It's simple as that. Here, when the low, so you have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then you see that this higher low, is broken. This is interesting for me. So I will usually trace a fib here because when it breaks the structure of the 1 hour, it most of the time goes to my golden zone. At this moment, I will put an order limit. I like the consistency of it where usually price once break a structure to make a new lower high will usually go to the golden zone. And this setup, for example, it's a very easy setup, and don't get tricked by some smart money who will say it's a certain type of setup. It's just a reversal, right? And then price going back to golden. It's simply as that. And here on the uptrend, for example, I will basically look at the retracement of the price because a swing, so this swing, I call it the baguette. You need to find baguettes. That's why I call it the baguette strategy. And then price, so now my drawing is not well made, but price will usually pull back either on the 150 or on the golden zone. And that will be our entry to then target the previous high. Or if you are greedy, this greedy line. Same for here on the low. I will take all the time from left to the right, and I will look for price to go back here, and my entry will be here. And if you look at it, so let's say we do an average of entry in our yellow line, you will put your stops, I will put my stop, at least you do whatever you want with it, on the previous high. My target will be here, and as you can see, this is a point 1 to 162. The nice thing with it, for you, maybe you are crushed, like you don't like it, and you think 1 to 20 is better because that's what you got promoted. The reality of it, the 1 to 20, you will need to be patient. And the truth is, if you're not a trader, most of you don't have patience or will overtrade or will want to have them. And it will be very difficult to have it. But if you simplify and be free with trading and really look for this consistent 1 to 62, or if you just put your fib, your stop loss here, you have a 2 to 33. If you arrive to have an average around, let's say around 1 to 60, 1 to 2, you will be a very good trader, much better than even the one that looks for 1 to 20, because you really need to see proof of that they can find that over and over again. And the truth is, it doesn't happen that much. So you see, if we are with this stop loss, you have 2 to 33. If you enter at the equilibrium, you 1 to 34. So you still make profit, you know, like the nice thing with this setup is that usually when you enter and you find that the rejection has been here, most of the time your price will go down. Of course, we get losses, but the freedom of this strategy is that we have time to think and to reflect that it will happen, not like in the 5 minutes where you need to act quick and then you might make mistakes. This works obviously on over time frame, but the 1 hour time frame is great for me as I'm a day trader. I can find opportunities most of the time. So let's see on the chart how this works. Also, I will avoid situations which are ranging situation. That's why I have so many pairs, is that through the day, through the morning with my Discord, for example, I go through all these charts and I see if a price just look clean or not. That's as simple as that. Is it looking clean? Yes. Okay. Can I see? And I look and play with my fib to see if I find a situation here. Okay. So let's say that, for example, we are looking at this trend. So we add this swing here that we can see, and we can trace from the low to the high. We see that price goes at equilibrium. I would have put my alert here. I would have missed this opportunity. It's fine. I don't care. I don't care if I miss because I have other opportunities. Price creates another swing the day after. And as you can see, the gray line is the London. And on Forex, most of the time, this opportunity will happen on London. Price goes to golden zone, so my trigger will have happened. I just take from the low to the high. It happened. I see I could have seen rejection. I enter. My stop is here. But as I told you, there is a reversal, so I could have put my stop loss here, and I will have target my gray line. Even the red line will have worked. As I told you, with backtest, I see that it works more and more, and it will have worked. Right? So then you also have to look at the big scheme, and that's why session breaks is good, because you can look at the bigger swing. And for example, why this price has been happening is because it took the bigger swing that is here from these 2 days here. And as you can see, it goes on the golden. This requires a bit practice. If you are a beginner, you will need to practice about looking at price action. But honestly, you just need to look at it in this way. You just unzoom 1 hour. With my technique, you don't even need to have premium on TradingView. So you see, it's really fine, unless you want the alerts. So this would have been a trade, and you will have got it in the target here. That's the beauty of it. I usually don't act when it's huge, big, move like this, because I know that usually price will tend to go back to the first big rally. This is rally, base rally, if you are a supply demand trader. But I could wait and look for the price to go back here. That goes directly on the imbalance, and then act on it. So let's see for another example here. So for example, here, if you have a high here, you see this high got broken, right? And a nice reversal. So you could trace from the low to the high and look, it goes to the golden. With the 1 hour, you will have had time to see it pushing and then to go back, and you could have definitely entered and got your entry here. And I do that over and over again. When it's ranging like this, I don't use it. It doesn't matter. It's no use. I don't do it. I go to another one. This, I don't act on it, okay? I just act on trends. So this, I see that here it creates more a trend to the down, so I could use it. And then I'm showing you only the good example. Of course, I do mistakes and we will do mistakes, all of us, so it's okay. But you see, price goes to an interesting area, push even a bit more. But if you do like me and you are disciplined and put your stop loss here, there will be no problem. Also, we don't have a reversal here. It's just a supply area here. So that's why it went that up and then went down. You can look at that if you want, but it's just because with time and years I know a lot, but still I'm trying to free myself from all these technical analysis features and just look at what I want, which is a swing, you know, or a reversal, and I just trace my fib and then I'm good. So that's how I go. Why would I act on this? Nothing happened. Okay. And you see, sometimes I trace things, it didn't work. You see, I traced it yesterday and then it goes down, now it goes up, but most likely this trade won't work. And it's fine. It's really fine. If you want to see all my trades that I take every weekdays, you can go on my Discord. There is a free part where you can see all my trades. It's my journals, so I'm very transparent and you can see everything I do. So you have the link in the description. And I do that over and over again. That's as simple as that. So that's it for this baguette strategy. If you are enough to spend too much time on charts, if you are enough to all this complication, this indicator here, this technique here, this name here, this name that, you don't need all that. Like, don't be a victim, don't be a slave to the market. They want you, the market, to spend as much time as possible, waste time and being tempted. This market is made for you to be tempted and to trade because you think you have the opportunity every time to make money. But the truth is, many times, it's not the time. What will make you successful is to be disciplined and to be patient. And this is perfect. If market goes for me, I have my fixed strategy, then great. If I get several trades a day today, great. If I don't, I don't. And I move on. Have a great day.